Gloria Nawanyaga has been living with HIV since birth. However, one of the biggest challenges she has had to grapple with is stigma and discrimination.
Stigma has been a challenge to me in many times because of stigma that I tried to commit suicide. So when I got drug resistance, I developed AIDS more because I got rashes, I was so skinny. I used to have a very bad skin. So I go to school, I find out a child of a neighbor who had the rumors that I'm what? That I'm HIV positive. Immediately he saw me. He told everyone that girl, don't play with her. She has what? HIV.
Another, whom we have named Rose, was also born with HIV and is living in a discordant relationship with her husband. Even when she was and still remains very suppressed, they struggled to accept the status quo.
So I would keep the medicine maybe in the ceiling or in the toilet, in the laundry basket, down, like it got so complicated. I went home, he looked so dejected, he looked broken. And I found him in the sitting room on the floor with the medicine there. I had 3 months medicines there.
For both Gloria and our Rose, disclosure was not a ride in the park. This is because it comes with a lot of stigma and discrimination, not only from partners, but also the different families and communities in which they spend time.
Most of young people don't have the confidence to discuss all these things with their partners. Just like how I felt guilty that it was my fault, I should have told him, that's how they would be feeling. So I'm thinking if they do that, it works, and the few people I have told, it has worked for them.
If I'm HIV positive, it doesn't mean that I'm supposed to date someone who is HIV positive. I can still date someone who is what? Who is negative. But anyway, some people took it in a different way. They find challenges that they, at a certain point, at first of course it's good, but at a certain point they start feeling like the other party start showing that
many young people at a certain age, especially after school, are ready to date and get married. However, for many of those living with HIV, the feeling is different. They are torn between disclosure and letting go of their dream. They fear disclosure for fear of being rejected and stigmatized.
It's better for someone who is HIV positive to date someone who is also like them, because they know what it means to have HIV, they know what it means to take ARVs every day, they know what it means to be stigmatized.
However, modern HIV treatment and care can significantly improve an HIV positive person's health and life expectancy. Many people with HIV can expect to have a near normal lifespan. When a person is living with HIV and is on effective treatment, the level of HIV in the blood freezes. The viral load is undetectable and therefore virally suppressed. When the virus is suppressed, it cannot be passed on to a sexual partner.
When you're also fully suppressed, it means we can't find any virus in your blood. So fully suppressed and totally undetectable are the synonymous. Yes.
Rose and her partner have children who are HIV negative, and this is scientifically addressed. But what kind of support do the couples offer to each other? Gladys, a doctor and senior clerical officer at the AIDS support organization Mulago branch, explains the science in the undetectable equals untransmittable.
The HIV virus cannot be transmitted through sexual contact if someone's viral load is suppressed. So the cutoff for suppression, a person we declare as suppressed, varies for different nations and different countries. Currently in Uganda, we say someone is suppressed when their viral load copies are less than 100.
An undetectable viral load means that the level of HIV in the person's blood is so low that it cannot be detected by a lab test. And undetectable viral load is a vital part of staying healthy. Chikome Ko, a psychosocial support officer in charge of discordant clients at the Mulago Tasso branch, explains how discordant couples could remain with the same status. It makes adherence a key part of HIV prevention. It makes stigma easier to deal with.
We need to have somebody who is constantly on ART, taking their medication as prescribed, all as instructed. That is very critical in order for you to achieve the undetectable levels. There is no this business of simanyi sijui ate I missed, I went for burial. No.
So the ARV drugs that we are using keep targeting different components of the virus. So if you're taking your drugs every day at the same time, you maintain a certain level of concentration of the drug in your system that keeps the virus at bay. Now, if you forget to take, say, one dose, say maybe you're supposed to take at 8 p.m., then you forgot and you slept, the virus then starts to get energy and it's coming back slowly.
Under the circumstances, communication, disclosure to the sexual partner, adherence, and knowing your status every often as long as you are sexually active are critical in maintaining a healthy status quo.
One of the challenges I still see is disclosure. You know, if I'm living really well and I am HIV positive and I'm taking my drugs and I'm not detected, it might mean I may not tell you and you'll probably never find out. So you have a number of people still finding it difficult to disclose their status to their partners. Because they know the partner may not even be at any risk.
Although an undetectable viral load prevents HIV transmission, condoms are still important to protect against other sexually transmitted infections and unintended pregnancy.
When you have sex with someone who has an STI, maybe syphilis or gonorrhea or chlamydia, you can pass it to the other person. Now, the HIV drugs that we are working with are targeting the HIV virus itself. That is what is not detected, but you could still have another sexually transmitted infection because the drugs are not targeting syphilis, they are not targeting chlamydia.
Dr. Gladys explains how TASO, spread across the country, has been core in the fight against HIV for the last 35 years, supported by other partners.
TASO's role has been to do everything surrounding HIV, from prevention to care and treatment to counseling to even reaching up to people's doors, people's homes, to offer them services both around HIV, the drug itself and art, and also prevention services, complementary services like family planning and all those strategies.
As for Gloria and our Rose, being seropositive has not stopped them from pursuing their professional dream.
I am an HIV advocate at the global level. I'm also a human rights lawyer. I'm so passionate about humanitarian work. I'm the founder of the Y Plus Music Band, a band of young people born and living with HIV who use their talents to create a positive impact through entertainment. I'm also the founder of the Young Positives Foundation, a charity organization that empowers and equips and educates people living with HIV.
I have gone to school even after I had gotten pregnant. My mother took me back to school. I have become a lawyer and I am working. And I think I'm happy with my life. I have a caring man and I have 2 children.
Remember, undetectable equals untransmittable, but adherence and communication are critical in maintaining this. For UBC News, I am Rose Buchirwa.